one of the greatest Atlanta Falcons of all time no longer wants to be an Atlanta Falcon and might not be for very much longer. Will the Braves have to worry about a similar thing anytime soon? Alright, you're back on Bold and Braves. I'm Chris Vanell, and once again, I'm here every single Wednesday on Atlanta Sports Unlimited. So if you're new here, go ahead, subscribe. Everyone like the video, and check us out on social media, Facebook and Twitter, at Atlanta Sports Unlimited, for really everything we've got going on. So earlier this week on Fox Sports' Undisputed, Shannon Sharpe, one of the pundits on the show, gets on his phone and calls up Julio Jones, the star wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. And Sharpe asked Jones a pretty simple question. Do you want to get out of Atlanta? And he says, hey, I want to get out of town, man. Meaning he doesn't want to be an Atlanta Falcon any longer. And there were already rumors circulating about that, but now that adds a lot of substance to it. And so now there are even more rumors flying around that Julio Jones in the coming days will be traded out of Atlanta. So that got me thinking about the Atlanta Braves young core. And they've got a great young core, but will any of those guys have contract disputes that will bubble up to the surface and just kind of cause some turmoil and chaos anytime soon? I should be here to deliver some good news. I should be here to assuage some fears, because I think the answer is no. But I'm going to explain myself really quickly, and we're going to start with the position player side of things. Let's go to Austin Riley. Austin Riley is not scheduled to be a free agent until after the 2025 season, so he's locked in for a while. With Ronald Acuna Jr. and Ozzie Albies, same sort of timeline. They're both not scheduled until after the 2025 season. That's when Ozzie Albies' current contract is up, and Ronald Acuna Jr. the 2026 season. That's when his current contract is up. And after their current deals expire, they both have 2 years of team options. So those will be picked up presumably, unless something catastrophic happens in the next few years. So they'll be Braves well into the late 2020s. That's pretty much a guarantee, because all 3 of those guys are on pretty affordable contracts. Now, I left out one man on the position player side of things that you were probably expecting me to talk about, and that was intentional. We're going to get to him because he could cause some problems. But let's go to the pitching side really quickly. So you don't really have to worry about any relievers for this list. Really, you just have to worry about the young studs they have on the starting rotation. And it starts with Max Fried and Mike Soroka. They're scheduled to be free agents before the 2025 season. So still a few years away, but coming up. And then Huascar Ynoa and Ian Anderson aren't free agents until before the 2027 season. So lots of team control, lots of years there. The guy who could throw a wrench into all of these plans, though, and screw a lot of this up, is Freddy Freeman. Freddy Freeman's contract is scheduled to be up at the end of this current season. He's going to be a free agent in just a couple of months. And there haven't been any contract negotiations or any recent contract negotiations since the season started, because Freeman said he doesn't want to be an in-season distraction. But he's also said, hey, I want to be a Brave for the rest of my career. I want to make that happen. And let's not be, too out there or too crazy. Freddie Freeman will be a Brave. He's going to be a Brave for the foreseeable future. They're going to re-sign him, and they're going to re-sign him for a lot of money. But that is what could cause some problems down the line. The first guys up for contract extensions, it'll be like Austin Riley, Soroka, and Fried. And if the Braves throw a lot of money at Freeman, they may not have a bunch of money, extra money laying around for future contract extensions of multiple of those guys. So they may have to pick between guys like Soroka and Fried, or they may have to pick only one of Anderson and Ynoa if those guys continue to play well down the line and are deserving of big contracts. But that's all down the line. If the Braves re-sign Freeman this offseason, this core should remain largely intact for the next 2 to 3 years for sure. And in terms of any of those guys publicly wanting out of Atlanta like Julio Jones, yeah, I highly doubt that happens.